Who is sounding the alarm for July 17, 2023? Energy impact on Earth, parasitic forces, and the apocalyptic prediction. There are a lot of predictions about July 17, ranging from a major man-made disaster to cosmic anomalies that will change the life of all mankind. It's possible that nothing will happen, and all this is only forcing anxiety and panic, or maybe something will indeed occur, but we will not feel it. The first to speak about this date was Sadiq Afghan. 6 months ago, he predicted that on July 17, something related to uranium would happen that would change the history of our civilization. Probably the forecasting mathematician himself is no longer glad that he announced the exact date. The closer it is, the more versions and assumptions, and each seer reports that he received information directly from the higher forces, quote unquote. Who is Sadiq Afghan? Sadiq Afghan is an odious mathematician originally from Afghanistan. It's believed that he is included in a special list, the so-called List of the Heritage of Mankind. Organizations such as UNESCO and the UN participated in the creation of this list, which includes objects of material and spiritual culture, as well as outstanding personalities. Although many resources mention that Sadiq Afghan is included in the list of the heritage of mankind, however, it's not possible to find his name in the corresponding lists. Sadiq Afghan is a mathematician with outstanding abilities and extraordinary achievements. His area of interest includes such problems in the derivation of a formula for solving the inverse Newton binomial. In addition to mathematics, he is interested in astrology, numerology, and Pythagorean theory of numbers. By connecting all his areas of interest, Sadiq deduced a formula that supposedly can predict future events. Formula for predicting the future. Like Gary Seldon, a character in the founding series of novels by the legendary science fiction writer Isaac Asimov, Sadiq Afghan has come up with a formula that supposedly predicts the future. Sadiq believes that his formula has different prediction accuracy. For individuals, it's up to 100%, he says. For countries, up to 80%, and for the whole world, up to 50%. It's believed that, thanks to his wonderful formula, that Afghan mathematician has already predicted a number of events, including the collapse of the USSR, the collapse of the Twin Towers, the disaster at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. In addition, Sadiq Afghan willingly shares his formula. He believes that anyone can predict the future after being trained by him. The Afghan mathematics, of course, is available on many educational platforms. Sadiq Afghan's prediction for July 17, 2020 and beyond. The new prediction of the mathematician says that on July 17, some important event will happen in the world. It's on this date, according to Sadiq, that the half-century cycle of the development of the world ends. The scientist himself is inclined to believe that nuclear blackmail, quote-unquote, should be expected. The nuclear potential of the countries will be demonstrated, but it will not come to their mutual disaster. Sadiq also mentioned that health issues should be expected to return to the agenda. In addition, we should expect a major change of power in the West in the future. Sadiq notes that 2023 will be the most difficult year, and after it, things will begin to improve. And in 2025, some countries will experience a heyday, he says. The words of Sadiq Afghan did not leave indifferent many internet users. They began to actively guess what events might happen on July 17, 2023. The top 3 versions were these. Number 1, an outbreak of a deadly new disease. Number 2, the attack and the collapse of the Eiffel Tower in Paris. Number 3, big natural disaster in the United States. Should we trust the prediction? Everyone wants to answer the question for himself. Some people do not believe in predictions at all, while others adhere to a strict system. They trust some types of predictions that are skeptical about others. And for example, So, for example, a number of mystics believe that predictions that include an exact date never come true. In general, Sadiq Afghan's identity is shrouded in mystery. Information about his life and achievements varies from resource to resource. However, invariably, here and there, his course on predicting the future, is mentioned. So all the hype since July 17, 2023, just may be a warm-up, an interesting PR campaign for an information production. Wizards in Mexico are also sounding the alarm. Mexican sorcerers are sounding the alarm. Their famous seer, Moni Seer, has already promised that hard times await both Mexico and the whole world in 2023. She said this will be a year when many pillars of power will fall. Powerful and important people will fall into the mud. Only the president will survive. People will take to the streets and demand peace and order from the authorities. What we think will happen on July 17th, celestial bodies will take such a position in space that radiation resembling laser beams will be directed to Earth. They are mostly blue or bluish in color. Red and orange will be present also, but to a lesser extent. These radiations will burn out everything that has a low frequency nature. And what will happen to the dark ones? The Earth has long been under the influence of parasitic civilizations. Among the people, there are many representatives of the forces of darkness, as well as their servers from among the people. How will high frequency energies affect them? The forces of darkness will have to get out of the planet. They will not withstand high vibrations. People, servants of darkness, will be divided into two groups. Those who have consciously made a choice in favor of the dark hosts will physically leave, and if the soul was subjugated without the consent of the person, then it will be cleansed. Get rid of the dark's essence and control of dark entities. The soul will remain dormant, and it will be blocked for the forces of evil, and they will no longer be able to influence the planet through this person. There are also many people on Earth who are not yet awakened. What will happen to them? It all depends on their content. If there are more energies of low vibrations, then such a person will feel problems with well-being. Will parasitic forces continue to affect the Earth? They will not be able to do this directly, only through unawakened people who have a high percentage of low vibrations, but it will be very difficult to do this, and only as the basis of energies that are higher than the level of burning out. The Earth is moving to a new energy level, due to which it will begin to purify, strive for light. What will light souls feel? There are many of us who are pure in soul, bright, have energy of high vibrations. After high frequency energies fall on the Earth, these people will quickly move to a new level of development, and they will feel a surge of strength and support from above. And now it's very difficult for them because they live in a low frequency environment. Such people are called enlightened or awakened. There are more and more of them, and they are not born in vain. Their mission is to transform the world, to bring high energies to the masses, but the awakened now are like pioneers. After the energy impact, it will be much easier for them. But there is a nuance. If the soul is high and pure, but a person is mired in problems or allowed low energies into himself, then discomfort awaits him, depending on how many heavy vibrations he carries in himself. July 17th energies. A very powerful energy impulse will come from outer space, which will mercilessly burn out everything that does not correspond to the required frequency level. Humanity lives in a low frequency world and is filled with heavy energy. How not to suffer from a powerful impact of high frequencies? And you need to be ready to sink into the new energy. Actually, it's simple. You need to fill yourself with happiness, joy, and love. Feel the joy of life. Realize how beautiful the world, nature, air, water, and earth are. Enjoy every minute you live. Feel love for your loved ones. Hug each other and say kind words. It would seem that these are elementary things, but the further existence of human civilization on Earth depends on them. The coming energies are like a cleansing system. Nothing can hide from them, and everyone will get what they deserve. And this is from Solask. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.